What's up? How you guys doing today? We're back with another story. So yeah, this one had a crazy one too, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I did a lot of crazy things, and you want to hear the craziest thing about this story is literally 2 months after the Simula thing with that federal building. So it's kind of funny. In this, if you look on my wrist here, you'll see two different cuts, because one happened, the big one kind of connected here happened when I hopped the razor wire, and the other one happened when this happened, and it actually hit artery. And so we'll go over this. So basically, this one's crazy because this is not like the last one in that I started off drinking again, which we'll go on to later when we get to the alcohol portion of the story time. We're not kind of go more into that, but basically 2 months later from the last story where we were at, and if you didn't catch in the last one, I just robbed a federal building, got 115 stitches, from razor wire and stuff, and I went through all the probation. If you want to check that one out, it's a video before this one. But this one, I'm going to be telling you about another incident that happened. This one was a little bit more serious than the last one. So basically, I'm with some buddies. I'm not going to really give them names this time because there's a lot of people. But there was a girl there. And basically, at this girl I had a lot of history with. And some people might have an idea who know me. But anyways, I was talking to this girl, and we were really good friends, and we had lived by each other, and it's a lot of different things. But she had said some stuff to me, and it really had hit my head off in the wrong way and put me in a really, really bad mood. I don't even remember really what the argument was about. There's a lot of dumb arguments that would pop off when I drink, and I never really got violent. I was the guy who always wandered off. It was really weird. This is one of those times, and I went outside and I smoked a cigarette, and I'm just looking at this light in these apartments, and I'm like, I thought it was like a plastic bulb around this light. So I look at it and I'm like, I'm gonna go over here and punch it. So I walk over there because I'm in a bad mood, and I walk over there and I punch the light, and it just shatters. So it's not a plastic. It's actually like a glass, like globe, like a big light bulb globe. So basically, as I'm I look at it, I just feel some like warmness on my chest, and this guy comes out and he's yelling at me, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm looking, all of a sudden I look at my hand, and I see it's kind of squirting blood. So I take my shirt off, I wrap it around my hand, and I run on, and this guy's on the phone. He says I have like tattoo on my chest, and I'm looking at my chest, and it's really just blood. I don't have a tattoo. I have tattoos, obviously, but not on my chest. So I run off, and I jump out of these apartments into this park, and I run onto this street, and I'm onto this street, and this cop rolls up on me. These cops roll up on me, and basically they arrest me, hold me down. They put me down. They call my mom. At this point, these cops know me pretty well. I was known pretty well around where I was at, so not a good thing to say. But when you're a dum-dum, the cops make sure they know who you are. But basically, so the cops come, they tell me the story. It's like, you're dumb. We'll let the apartments know. They'll contact you. Probably pay $30-$45 for that globe and whatever. Not, which is funny. They never ever contacted me, and I don't remember ever paying for anything with that. But yeah, basically, I go back. So I'm like, hey mom, I need to go back. So I was literally like ran and did all this. I was barefoot. I was a crazy kid. I'm telling you. But anyways, so my mom takes me back. We go to this house. I walk in to where I was at partying and stuff, and people are there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they see like I have my shirt wrapped around my hand, I'm shirtless, and I tell them I'm coming for my shoes, but I told them I'm really just coming to party, and they're like, what the fuck? So I take my thing off, and literally I'm fucking squirting like a squirt gun. It's fucking crazy. So I wrap back up, and they get me to walk back out to my mom and tell her that I'm staying, but they're all just trying to get me in the car, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna go. And it's pretty intense. I was a really crazy person at this point in my life. But basically, these people that lived in these apartments that we were partying at, they came down and they saw me, and one of them happened to be a nurse. So I'm like trying to get around going to the hospital, because I just gotten out of the hospital. 115 stitches. I didn't want to go back. I knew what was going down. I was shot straight in the thing and whatever. So I was hoping this guy could do something right here and there and just get it over with. And we go up into the bathroom, and he unwraps it and he looks at me, and he's just like, Teddy. He's like, look, man, if you don't go to the hospital right now, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow. Just that's it. And I looked and I thought for a second, I was like, and it really hit me finally, and I'm like, all right. So I go to the hospital, we walk in. This is the last time they made me wait, because I was all vein punctures. So I mean, there's a lot of cuts, more cuts. This was just like one cut. But because it was an artery and it was squirting, I walked in, I was dripping blood when I walked in. I'd lost a lot of blood. They had to put me on a thing ASAP, and that's actually, I did die for probably less than a second. I heard my heart stop and repump. It was just enough to shut off and then reopen. That was the first time I felt actually dying and waking up again, the restart process, I guess you'd say. If you watch one of my earlier videos, you can actually hear a story of when I actually did die for 3 or 4 minutes and came back. But this time it was just it was right there and came right back. But I had hit Ari and they had to do a transfusion, and it was pretty intense. But yeah, that story was pretty bad. This one, wasn't nearly as bad as the other one in the act of what was going on, but life-threatening wise, probably a lot more. These will be one of the first of those stories where you'll really hear some of the actions I did when I was drinking. I had a lot of actions with drinking, and it's one of the reasons I quit. 5.5 years since I had my last sip, and it's my greatest accomplishment. It's gonna be really hard. Even if I made $1 billion, it probably still wouldn't top that accomplishment. Usually, with a mental accomplishment, the reason I say that is, with a accomplishment like something dumb, $1 billion, you can lose that over something like being an alcoholic. So that's why I say, things like that, it to me were more accomplished. But we'll go more into that later on. But just another story about, when I almost bled to death, and another stupid choice. Please don't make that choice. Hopefully some of you guys who are around the same road, you'll start to see that a lot of my stories are pretty crazy. You've probably been through similar stuff. If you guys have been through that, if you haven't, and you guys are just tuning in outside of this life and seeing in, it gets pretty crazy out there. It's easy to get back, and well, I wouldn't say easy, it takes years, but it matters on the person. So, you gotta want to do it, whatever you want. It's gotta be for you. It can't be for somebody else. You can't be yeah, I want to do this for even if it's for your kid. If you got kids, I don't have kids, but even if you did, you wouldn't make it, because when you change your life, it has to be because you literally are just tired of being who you are at that point, and you want to change. And that's what I realized throughout my life. That's why I got out of criminal shit. I realized I didn't want to be a criminal. I realized I didn't want to be a drug dealer. I realized I didn't want to be an alcoholic, So I shed these things throughout my life, and it's manifested me into the person I want to be, which is the person that helps society and helps others grow to be the best that they can be. So, with that, tune in for the next one. I got a vlog coming on you'll check out tonight too, but this is just another story. I'm going to have another bunch of stories I'm going to put out here in the next, every day I'm going to try to put out a new story. So tune in. Have a good one. Take it easy. Subscribe, like, comment. Let's build this up. I'm trying to do 100 people by the end of the week. I want to get up to 100 subscribers. I think it's time, and then I want to boost to 1,000. And I just want to keep going. I think that the content's up there, and I think that you guys deserve it. Because more content, more money comes in, I can start getting better stuff and give you the best of everything, so I can show you guys the true capabilities of T Green Man. Because a lot of these YouTube rappers, and you've heard in my other videos, a lot of them don't have the story in the background. They just wanted to rap, and they got on here and they do it. I think what a lot of these YouTube rappers miss is the backstory. And the ones who have the backstories are the ones who blow up and become mainstream artists. It's about the story of where you came from, not where you are, and just the talent and whatever. If your whole life was given to you and you didn't go through a lot of struggles that a lot of people went through, it's going to be a little bit different of a story. And that's why they're going to make it to have a lot more people, I'm doing this for me. I do this for me. But I would like to try to do some things. Since I'm sitting here in quarantine, I might as well try to do the best I can doing this. So tune in. Have a good one.
T Green Man freestyle. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. I'm standing at the door. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. I'm standing at the door. Let me in, 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 let me in. I'm about to take a spin because I'm here to win. I took away the past, I took away the sin. I'm here for my kin and just to help my friend. I came from the start, I'll go to the end. You know that I diminish, I got my game replenished. Out this stuff cause I'm quenched while these people fenced. Apprehending, they pretending I'm ascending, not offending. Let me in, 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 say no more. I'm standing at the door. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, say no more. I'm standing at the door, I'm standing at the door, I'm looking at the score. I got these people sneaking on the dark web on tour. I'm growing like a spore, I'm coming from the ground. Like a pitcher threw me strikes, but I hit it off the mound. I'ma live it underground, even if my arms are bound. You gon' hear me living hard, cause I'm quaking with my sound. Let the bass beat, I'm jumping, I the whole world thumping. T Green Man's gonna metamorphosize, keep it jumping. Yo, more, say no more, say no more, say no more, say no more. I'm standing at the door. Say no more, say no more, say no more, say no more. Say it. I'm standing at the door. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, say no more. I'm standing at the door. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, say no more. Let me in. I'm standing at the door. Let me in, 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 let me in. I can see him standing at the door. We need to let him in. I see him standing at the door. It's time. We need to let him in. Let him in, 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 let him win, let him in, let him in, let him in, let him in, let him win, let him in, let him in, let him in, let him win, let him in, let him win, let him win, let him win, let him win, cause we need to let him in, 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 cause we need to let him in, let him win, let him win. Yo. I see these people standing outside the door. It's time to start letting people in, man. There's enough money to go around for everybody, man. People are suffering. People are dying. People got millions and millions of dollars sitting in the bank. You know what I mean? It's time to get these people elevated. We got time to think. Utilize those methods and let's win. That's what T Green Man's about. Winning and helping others win. So we all win. Ain't no reason anybody needs to lose. You can help your enemies win so they can become your friends too.